Hey everyone, Sawmill Charlie. Well, today is October the 15th. It's a beautiful sunny day. It's about 69 degrees. It is also 6 weeks since I put Apivar strips in these hives. So today we're going to go ahead and remove those strips. Now, you noticed in the last video that when I showed putting those strips in, I used a finishing nail. I'm going to go ahead and use this bucket, and here's one of the strips with a nail in it. I'll clean that burr comb off at a later date and then pull them nails out and put them in one of my containers and then use those nails next year. So while we're in the hive, this will probably be the last time that I actually break the hives down. I want to see how much brood is being raised in the hive. I did see pollen coming in the hive, so that is a good sign and a good indicator that brood is being made. So let's get into the hive. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take this top hive feeder off. It does have some bees in it, but they're yellow jackets, which I don't really care. They can die. They're just a nuisance. I think this will probably be the last time I fill these top hive feeders, since next week it's supposed to be cold. Maybe the highs might be in the mid 50s and then down in the 30s, maybe in the 40s at night. So once it gets below 50 degrees, the bees are definitely not going to do too much feeding, even with the top hive feeder on. Here's our first Apivar strip. Sometimes they get caught in there, and the nail up on top. Want to go ahead and check this top box. It's most likely I would presume a honey box. From what I can see of it. Actually, there's some brood on there. And it is full of eggs and larvae. That's a good sign. Plenty of good winter bees. Same way on this side. There's plenty of cat brood here and here ready to merge. All in the middle here is definitely eggs, and then closer to this area here is more milk brood, as we call it. I had talked to some local, there's more milk brood on this side and larvae, and a little bit of eggs on the outer perimeter. I'm going to set this down. I talked to some friends of mine here locally. They said they had not seen any open brood in their hives. Have to go ahead and bust this box apart a little bit. And I'm wondering whether or not because they hadn't been feeding or other issues, whether they had a poor queen. The queen has got this area here. There is nectar, but there is a big spot right in the middle here with fresh looking eggs in there. Next frame over is honey. Another patch of brood and some open larvae. Another big patch of brood. Definitely some open larvae. I'm going to bring this up a little closer to you so you can kind of see it, hopefully. Here it is. You got the cap brood here, and around the outer edges in here is definitely open brood. If you can see that whiteness in there, maybe, possibly. Here's another brood patch. The next frame over is solid honey. I don't see the queen. Don't want to roll her, that's for sure. Not at this time of year. She's probably down in the bottom box, hopefully. So that's slipped out of my hands. That's a real positive sign. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten these frames back up. I'm gonna go ahead and take this top box off. It's good and heavy. We want to get the next Apivar strip out, which is right here. I try to keep these frames widened so they can get them out easier and not touch any of the comb, so the bees don't eat the comb away from that strip. And there's the queen. She is right there on that face of that thing. She's going to go over the other side. Try to keep an eye on her while I'm looking. There she is. I'm going to put that frame back in so I don't another frame of honey. Try to get in here and check one more frame. I don't see any more brood except for what was up top. Go ahead and smoke them down a little bit. Put it back together. And we're done. I'm going to go ahead and put the inner cover back on, leave the feeder off, and pretty much we're done for the year as far as actually getting into this colony. They've been treated with Formic Pro back in August, and now they've been treated with Apivar, and then I plan to treat them with oxalic acid approximately twice a month, depending on weather conditions. If the weather is around 48 degrees, then I'll try to get out here, hopefully on a weekend, and give them a oxalic acid vapor treatment. Last year I was able to do that all the way up to the first of the year, and hopefully this year I will be able to do that too. So let's go on to the next hive. All right, we're going to go ahead and get in this hive here. 10 frame. Feeder is empty. Shake the bees out of the feeder. It's like a good strong hive. I'm going to go ahead and take the top box off. It's definitely a honey box. And it is full. Here's the Apivar Strips here. There's one. There's the second one. I'm going to go ahead and bring you up a little bit closer. All right, here's the top of the second brood chamber area. The middle box. Go ahead and pull out a frame, see what we can find. Oh, we got some nice cat brood, some open larvae, maybe a little bit of eggs on the outer perimeter. Let me go ahead and bring that up to you a little closer. There's some really nice looking brood. On the other side, same thing. Looking good. We'll go ahead and take this off. Get down to the bottom box, get the other 2 Apivar strips off. Got them out. See if we can take a look. All right, we have got eggs and larvae in that one. Same thing on this side right here. Eggs and larvae. Beautiful looking stuff. All right, we're gonna go ahead and put that back in. Go ahead and close this hive up. That top box sure is heavy. Put the inner cover on. And there's the lid. And we're done. All right, everyone, we got this hive all put back together. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of the hives, and then we'll get back to you here in a little bit. Well, I hope you enjoyed going through the hives with me, and it was really nice to find brood in all 3 stages in my hives. And also, going through the hives like that, I was able to examine the hive and see how much food reserves they had for the winter, and most all of my hives are in good shape when it comes to having food through the winter. I did go through the rest of my hives. I did find a nuke that was queenless, so I took that nuke and combined it with a hive that I felt that was weak. So hopefully that hive will get through the winter with those extra bees in there with it. And the rest of my hives seem to be in very good shape. There was brood in most every hive. All the sugarwood that I gave, they are definitely ready for winter as far as food resources. And I will be continuing on in November and December with my mite treatments, and I'll bring you along with that. I will be using oxalic acid vapor. So until next time, please like, subscribe, click the notification bell, share my videos with your friends, and have fun with your bees.